everybody.
Hey, y'all. Oh, girl, I started singing again.
Singing again. Hey, everybody, it's Joel. It's Joel Tatum.
Hey, it's Randy Wiley. And I sure hate it.
Sure hates it. Welcome to Joel and Randy's Texas Tea.
Welcome, y'all.
Tonight, it's just, we're going back to old school.
It's
just me and Randy tonight. Mr. Chris.
Just us.
Mr. Christopher couldn't make it tonight. He's got some personal issues that he needs to take care of. So, Randy and I are just going to do the show tonight as we used to do.
Yes, and we're happy to do it again.
I hope y'all like the theme song because that's probably going to be the permanent theme song from this point on.
Well, actually, I'm going to augment it in the studio. Yes, girl, I'm going to the studio. Bitch, we are up big time now.
Mm-hmm, yeah, he's getting into a studio and he's going to make this shit work. So that's what we're going to do. So, welcome to the show.
MC, are you alright?
And Randy is playing his phone.
Look, I'm trying to shut the damn thing off. You know me and phones. Look.
Randy is...
okay.
Oh, Lord.
I just turned it off.
Randy is just terrible with technology.
Y'all have no idea.
Y'all should see his phone. His phone looks like it... Oh, Lord.
It's a mess. It's a hot mess. Well, listen, you drop one of these phones and the screen cracks and then... the air gets in and it starts fucking with everything.
Well, you know, the beautiful thing is that with you have an Android phone. So Android phones, when you crack them, they actually last a little longer. Whereas
this one is, girl, my phone has Alzheimer's.
You drop an iPhone and it's dead. At least your phone has Alzheimer's.
I'm not making fun of Alzheimer's. I'm just saying.
No, you drop an iPhone and crack it, it's pretty much dead.
Yeah, I've got Android Alzheimer's, girl.
And let me tell you something. You know, when I ended up getting the new iPhone XR, which, by the way, I love. And I'm not gonna I'm not doing any product placements for. No, we're not doing that. I'm just saying that I love the phone. But here's some things that I learned.
What?
The insurance is through the roof.
Oh.
To get your phone, Girl, I had the phone for 3 weeks, dropped the phone and cracked the back.
Oh,
the glass is a little bit on the cracked side on the back. It's fine. That's my fault for not getting a little case for my phone. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that Apple wanted to charge me $180 to fix it. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is that with insurance? That is with insurance, bitch. $180 to fix it. I said, no, thank you.
Get you some money, Apple.
Get you some...
Well, go on ahead, Apple.
You know, you used to be able to, they have these little shops around town where you can take your phone if it gets cracked and they'll fix it for you. But these bitches at Apple, as soon as a better phone company, as soon as a better phone comes around, I might ditch Apple because let me tell you something. Apple won't even let somebody outside get your phone fixed because if you try to fix
that's why they got you. So will there be a better phone company? That's the question.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
They got you, bitch.
They got me. So
you got.
So the thing is that if I took my phone to one of these little dealers who are trying to make a little business for themselves, and I get it would only cost me $100,
but it won't fit.
Here's the thing, Apple set it up where if you tried to even get the glass fixed on your phone from an outside person,
like these people across the street,
you will not be able to use your phone. It is the most ridiculous thing. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard of.
I believe in capitalism, honey, but that's capitalist on capitalism.
Well, see, you're supposed to have laws where we're supposed to prevent that kind of thing.
But there hasn't been a proper person. Listen, we don't have the proper people in office. We haven't done since Bobby Kennedy, honey. When it comes to consumer concerns, when's the last time you ever heard about anybody's consumer concerns being met?
No.
Never.
Because the tech companies, you don't even own your own phone. If you try to do, it used to be, if you, like this lamp, I bought this lamp, I own this lamp. If I want to make modifications to that lamp, because I own that lamp, I can make modifications to it.
Right.
You can't do that with technology now. Now, if you try to make even the slightest even if you try to put a new cover on it, they want to sue your ass and say that. I'm like, wait a minute, I paid $900 for something that I honestly, I don't own it.
Yeah.
So I can't like change the glass or change the color or any of that.
Maybe I should run for attorney general because bitch, I would be on top of this shit. We have not, like I said, we have not had an attorney general with shit since Bobby Kennedy.
Yeah, exactly.
And we never will. But then again,
because
Bobby Kennedy got killed by the mob because he was such a good goddamn attorney general.
Spends hundreds of millions of dollars lobbying Congress saying, hey, I want the consumer to never be able to go outside and do anything to my phone. My phone. I'm like, that's not your phone if I bought it. But okay, we're not going to even talk about that. My phone, if you want to make repairs or do any of that stuff, you have to do it through us and us only. That's not fair to small businesses.
Nope.
That's not fair to the consumer.
No, because the man across the street will redo glass on your phone in that little shop. But you can't hide. And he is fine, by the way.
Oh, he is fine. I know.
Ooh, what you talking about, Willis?
Yes, ma'am. He is.
Girl, get you some.
Delicious.
Get you some.
Delicious. I know. And the little man
who I'm breathing heavy,
trying to feed his family and everything else, and has a particular set of skills that he would like to use.
I would like for him to use those particular sets.
Yes, exactly. So, you tech companies, y'all full of shit, because this is ridiculous. But anyway, let's move on.
We're moving on.
We're moving on.
We're moving on to the east side.
You know, we're in Houston, Texas right now. It is a balmy 74 degrees. My air conditioner is broken. So it's a balmy 81 degrees in my apartment while the maintenance guy is working on the roof. And it is like a Mississippi,
Alabama. This is southern. Man. This is southern shit.
This is
some fucked up southern humid weather.
Yeah, exactly. We are literally sitting in my apartment like I would sit in a hot Baptist church.
Because we have had rain.
We've been fanning ourselves.
Fog.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, Queen. Because back in the day when I was a little girl, we went to church. My parents and family built this church, and honey, we sat up in there with these fans that were made out of pictures of the Lord and tongue depressors and just fanning ourselves. You know those tongue depressor fans, girl.
Yes,
those are the tea.
You know,
girl, I wish I had one of those right now.
You know, they always had a picture of someone who is recently passed away, or someone who is a little ill,
or a picture of the Lord, because ours had a picture of the Lord.
But they would always have some little fan with somebody's picture on it. Poor Sister Sarah. Y'all need to give a shout out to Sister Sarah.
Shout out Sister Sarah,
because she is going through pancreatic cancer right now, and we just need to give our blessings to Miss.
Bless you, Sister Sarah.
See, that's
yes, Queen.
That's how you worked it. That's how you worked it in the Baptist church. Now, I only spent maybe a year and a half because of my parents' divorce and all this other stuff. So I only spent a year and a half in an authentic. When I say authentic, I mean in the woods. I mean no air conditioning.
Just like the one that I was in.
99 degrees outside and everybody's fan. You got Sister Mabel in her. She put on her full regalia.
All that.
To come in the church and she is
had included, bitch.
Down.
Had included.
She is sweating all the way down from the top to the bottom.
Sweating in creases and crevices.
But she feels the Spirit of the Lord long enough to get up and do her little dance and everything else.
God is worth it.
I found it. I mean,
God is worth it. That's all I'm saying.
All I can say is, as a child, sitting there in a very uncomfortable suit, hot as hell, in a church, in some podunk place in Texas,
but
going, y'all, I don't understand. It is hot outside. Y'all up there dancing. It's too hot for all of that. I just sat in my little chair and I just watched everything going on. It was like theater to me.
But really Joel, that was back in the day when people dressed for church. Bitch, I went to my parents' little Baptist church, honey, and I was appalled. My mother, listen, don't get it twisted. My mother dresses, and I'm not kidding. My mother runs her outfit by me the night before she goes to church, and it's always grand.
Come on in. Mm-hmm.
Always grand.
Always grand.
So, yeah, she is the best dressed woman in church. She always has been. She always will be.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody play with Mama.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's there.
Oh, it's there.
Oh, wait.
The little brown wire.
Oh, forgive us. We're having our technical issues are being fixed right now.
We're producing the show, so.
So, and we're very excited. Very excited.
So, thank you.
Thank you.
So.
He was kind of cute.
Jose is.
Jose was.
Cute.
He could get some.
He could get some.
He could break a piece off, bitch.
Yeah, he is coming to the apartment.
If he can hear me, and I'm sure he might be able to, because, you know, Montrose Apartments. I was like, you could break a piece off. Anyway, I'm not trying to. Anyway, my mother dresses to the nines. These other bitches, I walked up in that church, these bitches are wearing jeans and t-shirts. Women wearing jeans and t-shirts in church.
Yes, ma'am. We have, ladies and gentlemen of the audience,
we have air.
We have air conditioning.
Praise his name.
Praise Jose.
I know you didn't just blaspheme in front of me.
Praise the Lord.
Yes,
for
indeed.
Jose, who has come back here for the second time, by the way.
I thank Jose, and I will definitely let him break a piece off. But we have to thank a higher power. Jose is not a higher power. He is just a repairman. And I got some stuff for him to repair.
Well,
you know I used to sleep with my handyman at one of my apartments.
Girl,
he didn't just come in to fix the air conditioner. He came in to fix me.
Girl, I used to have a maintenance man when I was living up the street in Houston. By the way, we are in Houston, Texas.
We're in Houston, Texas.
We are in Houston, Texas.
Love it.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Love it. We love it.
We love it.
And you will love it if you come.
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, you know, the big event is coming up, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo, which is always a big event for everybody but Houstonians.
Everybody but me.
Oh, okay. Here it comes again.
You know what, though? I have to say there's a big buzz because George Strait is performing for the first time in almost 20 years. And, you know, everybody loves George Strait. Girl, those tickets are running so high for George Strait. They sold out in 2 minutes.
They sold out in 2 minutes, yes. I already talked my boss at work. Already got like 6 tickets.
Girl, I know you didn't just burp.
Yes, I did, girl. Girl, we are for real here.
We are for real. We are for real with all of our functions.
With all of our functions. And let me tell you something. Those tickets sold out in 2 minutes. And he made sure he got 6 tickets for the show because he has to take his little daughter.
That's thousands of dollars.
That's thousands of dollars. And he ended up with 6 tickets. He's got the hookup though. I work in Bel Air, so he works the people. Most of the people in Bel Air are on the committee, so he gets his tickets through them. So he's got a little bit of a hookup. So he gets his hookup, saves hundreds of dollars by doing so, and
that's a blessing.
Yeah. So, like I said, I had a maintenance man that used to live when I lived right up the street, and he was just the grossest perv on the planet.
Oh.
He used to hit on all the women in the apartment complex to the point where he came into one of the women's houses without her permission because he said he needed to fix something real quick.
Ooh, that's some stalker shit.
Yeah, that's some stalker ass shit. And he got fired. Like, poor thing, he passed away, but.
Well, she wins.
But she wins because...
No, she wins because he did.
Because my best friend Ronnie used to live there, and she used to tell me stories about the fact that she would come home and he'd be in her apartment and didn't say a word. Never said a word to anybody about why he was in the apartment and blah 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 blah.
See, here's the difference between. Listen, I'm not trying to diminish what she went through, but that's the difference between straight people and gay people. If I came home and he was hot and he was up in my apartment it would be on, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
It would be on. It would be good.
Well,
it would be real good.
Well, even here,
for both of us.
And by the way,
but women aren't men.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's something that people just discount. Women aren't men, and these men who flash women in public. What are you doing?
Exactly.
She is not responding. Now, a gay man, you flash a gay man in public and see if you don't get your dick sucked.
Or
go on ahead,
or
put it out. Because a gay man looks at it and goes, or laughs at it, but looks at it when you do that and says, "Oh, bitch, what you want? You want some? Because I'll give you some."
You don't know how many times. I am 50 years old. You do not know how many times in my 25 years of riding the bus, I have been flashed by some man on the bus every time.
Why am I not? Listen.
Every time.
Listen, that's not cool. I've never been flashed. Well, that one time, but I was only 10 years old at a Holiday Inn. And I was listen, I was headed for it. I'm not playing. I was swimming toward the man. We were at the pool. We were all alone. And he showed his stuff. And honey, I was swimming right for it at 10 years old. Listen. But you know what? I got stopped because my sister came up and said, "Randy, Dad wants to go to dinner." We were at the Holiday Inn, girl. Yes, queen. I could have been, well, frankly, the funny thing is, I almost said I could have been molested. No, bitch, I wasn't curious. I'd already had sex for 3 years before then.
At 10 years old?
Yes, ma'am. I was headed toward something big, and you know what I'm saying, something big. And I didn't mind at all. I was ready to go.
This show, by the way, does not encourage any pedophilia.
Oh, hell no. No.
10 years old, and if that man had done anything, he would have, with his ass...
He probably would have killed me.
No, his ass would have went to jail. Kill you?
No, he might have killed me. If he did something, he might have done something. So, you're right, Joel. Let me not diminish... That's gross. I didn't even think about that. See?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of my child perspective. And my perspective was, I've always been a very, very aggressive pursuer, manipulative. And if I had the internet when I was a kid, folks would be going to jail. That's just who I was.
Well,
so let me make it clear. I was talking about my perspective, not his nasty ass pervert fucking pedophile perspective. No, fuck that shit. I was talking about me.
Yes.
I was the hunter, not him. I mean, no, he was the pedophile. You know, I never, honestly, I have to be honest with you, I never think about that experience that way. Because for me, it was an opportunity. And that's some scary shit.
And you know what? This is the funny thing, and I want everyone who's listening to understand this. When we talk about the things that happened to us in our past,
in our youth,
in our past, we're talking from a perspective of the things that are no longer okay.
Yeah.
And first of all, they weren't okay to begin with.
Right.
But that was our growth experience. That's what we went through. And when we sit back and now when we think about it, when we look at it, and then, you know, when I think about all the things that happened to me in the past, and I went, oh wait, that wasn't right.
See?
I used to think about those as funny little tidbits or stories.
Yes.
Now when I think about
cute little anecdotes. Yeah, and in my mind, y'all, and I'm talking to you people listening, that was a cute little anecdote. But now Joel just shone a light on it that I'd never seen before. And I'm telling you, I'm telling the truth. I always thought it was cool. I did. And that may make me sound ignorant, but not really, because y'all don't know me. I knew when I was young, I knew what I wanted, and I got it most of the time. But I didn't think at the time what I may have been getting myself in for.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we don't know what would have happened if he would have really gotten a hold of me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we were at a Holiday fucking Inn, girl.
Exactly. So you don't know what could have happened at that time. But
see how the Lord works, because I'm telling you, when my sister popped up.
When we talk about these things, when we talk about these things from our older perspective, they were cute little things. When we see them now, now we realize, wait, that wasn't so as cute as we thought it was.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty dangerous and should never have happened.
So let me just, we're going to drop the subject after I say this. Nobody ever look at a stranger. First of all, no fucking kid should be listening to the show, but if you are, don't look at a stranger and think, oh, he's hot. And no. So, and we do not advocate any sexual
with children,
stuff with kids, any of pedophilia or anything like that.
Gross,
that's just nasty.
That's gross. That's nasty. Your ass deserves to go to jail, and that's it.
Anyway,
but
we better look.
Let's actually kind of stay on the same lines because I really want to talk about
what.
I really want to talk about Liam Neeson for just a second.
We can, but
let's talk about Liam Neeson.
Let me tell you something right now. I don't know that much about the story. You're going to have to tell me what he said, because I don't know what he said. I know he was but he wasn't really apologizing for anything, and that's fine. But I want you to know that I don't really know that much about the story. So tell me.
The story. 40 years ago, his friend got raped. And he was upset, angry, and everything. And he was living in Ireland at the time. And said person happened to be black. And he decided, after said rape had happened, that he was going to go out and look for the first black bastard that he could find who would try to attack him or in any way, and he was going to take out his revenge on that. And he told a reporter this because of the movie that he was doing, when a reporter asked him, where did you find the inspiration to do that? And he told that story. And when I read the story, at first I was a little outraged. But at the same time, when I read the story, I thought, well, it was Ireland. It was possibly in the early 80s. They were going through their whole thing with the Protestant Catholic thing. And there was a lot of hate everywhere.
He's in his mid-60s.
He's 66 years old.
Yeah.
So when he was telling the story, he was telling it as an honest truth. Because that's what he was thinking at the time. And I don't want him to apologize for that, because that's a real thought that he had in 1980 something or what have you, because that was the thought. His friend had just gotten raped.
Yes.
And it turned out to be a black person, and he was looking for, but he didn't go through with it. He realized at that time
that he
was wrong in doing that. He realized that he was wrong.
And he had a couple of drinks, and he was
So he was
in his cups.
He was going through a moment, and for him to bring up that moment, I think was the bravest thing he ever did. Because I think that he showed exactly what happens when you think about race, when you think about the idea of revenge, when you think, and it happened it didn't happen yesterday. If it had happened yesterday, then there'd be a reason to be all upset. There are so many stories right now.
I wouldn't say that. You know why? Because that was his truth.
Yeah, that was his truth.
And he told his truth.
He told his truth.
And he didn't say that all black people are rapists. He was simply telling his truth, and he was also, from what you just said, he was also, that's a cautious tale.
Yeah, exactly.
Where you need to be aware of what you're thinking and why you're thinking it.
Exactly.
And you can't blame an entire race for one man's digression.
Yes, because if you look at the human race, and if you really look at the human race, like you said, it could have been a white guy, a Pakistani guy, any guy. It could literally have been any guy. And the fact of the matter is, he told his truth, his honest, real truth. It's a lesson for people now to understand the ideas of what racism is on a certain level. And he was able to figure it out at a young age.
Right.
He was able to figure it out at a young age and fix it.
Yeah.
And he has been good ever since.
You know what?
And like I said, don't get mad at him for telling his honest truth.
Right.
Because that is, I hear it all the
I hope
time.
nobody's mad at him.
Oh, people are.
But you know what? There are so many fucking people with so many fucking opinions.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most people like to give a negative opinion. Is honestly, I think they have fun with that. Trolls, girl, you trolls. You have fun with negative opinions.
You know, it's not the trolls that. You know, here's the thing. It's not the trolls that I worry about anymore. It's the people who don't seem to take it in context and really get to the heart of what he was saying. And what he was saying is that, look, I went through a period. I understood it. I fixed it. I want to share my story because I want people to understand now what that really looks like.
Here's a question. Here's a question.
It's a great story.
Here's a question for you. Have you ever experienced a moment where you felt like white people were just nasty? You know what I'm saying? Just have you ever experienced a moment where you felt that white people were less than black people? You know, a racist moment. That's what I'm trying to say.
I will say that I'm going to be honest with this. Not really. No.
See,
not really.
But I'm not built that way. I'm not built that way either. I think, and it's not genetic. It's a learned behavior. You have to understand, people at home, all over the planet. I hope you're listening. Racism is a learned behavior.
Yeah, it is a learned
you
behavior.
get it from your mama and your goddamn daddy. If they do it, then you do it.
And it stays with you even when you try not to be as... When you
I
try
don't
not
know.
to be. When you're in a situation... and I've been in many situations where I'm innocently walking somewhere and I see someone... And by the way, I don't really consider this more racism. I consider this being more of being a guy kind of thing, where I've been walking somewhere and I got my phone and I'm doing my thing and I see a woman ahead of me. And I will say this, I've seen a white woman ahead of me. I will literally cross the street because I do not want to be that person that
so you feel like she would profile you.
Exactly. I honestly, I do. Because...
All right, what time of... This is a question because I'm about to ask you another question. We're having such a fun episode, by the way. Anyway, okay, what time of day was it?
It was 7 o'clock at night. I was walking to...
Was it dark?
It was dark. I was walking to a little bar called The Owl, which is only like 4 blocks from my house. And I live in a neighborhood where it's a very wealthy neighborhood, but it's also very diverse.
Yes.
You know, I literally live across the street where there's expensive $300,000 condos, and I saw a black family walk out of the condo, and I went, "Oh, yes, great! You bought a condo, yes,
yes, Huxtables,
yes, Huxtables,
yes."
And I was walking to meet a friend of mine at the bar, and I had to walk past some very lovely homes. But I had my cell phone in my hand, and I saw a white woman out walking her dog. And the first thought in my head was, I'm going to cross the street because I did not want to scare her. And I did not want to be that guy.
But that's on you.
No.
Because she didn't register any fear, did she?
I don't.
In your mind?
But see, here's the thing. I didn't want her to register any fear. I didn't want to walk past her and have her like jump or anything else.
I'm conflicted because were you doing her a favor or you a favor?
Both.
You know what I'm saying by that?
Both, because I was making sure I kept myself out of a certain situation that could have been bad, but at the same time,
it would have been a bad situation.
But in my head,
it would have been an emotional response from her, which gave you an emotional response, which would make you uncomfortable. But you don't know. She might have been comfortable as hell.
She might have been, but I didn't know that.
But you didn't know that.
It made me uncomfortable because
sad.
I did not want to be.
That's sad.
Yeah, I did not.
And that shouldn't happen.
Yeah, I did not want to be the person. I didn't want her to turn around and look and think, black guy walking down the sidewalk, he might rape me or whatever. I did not want to be that person. I'm the most gayest man on the planet. The idea of a woman anywhere near me is not something that I would...
We know that, baby.
Yeah.
This is a gay show.
But she doesn't know that.
Yeah, she doesn't.
All she sees is a black guy walking down the street, and like I said, when I saw her, I walked across the street because I did not want to do that. And it really kind of pissed me off at the same time, because I'm like, why can't I just walk down the street? If you just happen to be here with your dog, out walking your dog or what have you, I'm just walking past you. I have no agenda or any of that stuff. I'm going straight to a bar to meet friends.
That was on that. All of that shit was on you. That bitch didn't even see you. Seriously, think about it. And women, forgive me. I didn't mean to call her a bitch.
No, she saw me. She turned around.
But she's a woman.
She was like, I will say she was like 20 or 30 feet, and she turned around and she saw me. And I was on my phone and I was texting my friend, I'm on my way, I'll be right there. And I looked up and I saw her, and she saw me, and I walked right across the street because I want to avoid a situation. I wanted to make sure I avoided the situation. I always have to make sure when I read all the stories and all this other stuff about what happens when people get shot and all this other stuff, I literally in my head am always thinking, avoid the situation. Make sure you avoid. I realize as a black man that I have to avoid every situation. Whereas if you were walking down the street and you saw her and you just kept right on walking, I always wondered, would she have been as fearful if she saw you?
Bitch, I can't hardly walk. Ain't nobody scared of me.
Well, I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying.
Would she been as fearful of you if you just kept right on walking down that same sidewalk?
I would have been as fearful. Listen, when somebody, it depends on what time of day it is, because I am a person who is handicapped. I have y'all who don't know, I'm sure I've said it in the past, I have arthritis so bad that I can hardly walk. So I'm a victim, straight up. So if anybody's walking toward me, I don't give a fuck if you're a woman or a man or what color you are. I get worried. And so I cross the street more often than not because of self-preservation. Because I don't know what's going to happen. Listen, I don't know what's going to happen. So
the funny thing is, though, is that here's the funny thing. And I know this is going to sound wrong. If she was a black woman, I probably would have continued down that sidewalk. And I don't know why that would... If she had been a black woman, I would have continued... Now, by the way, I'm still a guy. And women get raped.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Women get attacked all the time, regardless of color. So, I often wondered, would she have been as fearful of me as the white woman might have been? And I don't even know if she was.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. I was just, you know me so well, or you can see the expression on my face. Exactly. It's like, wait, you don't even know this woman.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't know what she was thinking.
Yeah,
she was probably thinking, Lord, I hope the dog does not shit because I don't want to pick it up.
She was probably thinking of a dozen other things other than that. But me, as a black man, when I'm in those, and like I said, it's still a predominantly white neighborhood, and there are times that when I see white women, when I'm walking down the street, I will do everything that I can do to avoid any contact. And even when I do make contact, I say, hello, how are you? It's a nice day, and I keep right on walking. Because I just want to get from point A to point B without any issues or any trouble. And because of the internet, I constantly worry about that. And I didn't used to worry about that before. And now because of the internet and everything, I'm an older gay black man. That's the last thing that I am worried about.
And you know what?
The only time anybody should be worried about is if you're a hot guy and I see you. Yes, I'm gonna walk past and I'm gonna look you up and down and go.
I get worried. Listen, I got caught. I got caught one time looking at a man by his son, and his son looked at me like, "The fuck are you looking at, dude?" And I was like, "Oh, she'll hit it." No, listen, I've never been on either side of that coin, except for the fact that, like I said, I'm gonna be a victim. So I need to cross the road and do my thing. Like I said, I don't care if it's a woman, a man, white, black, Indian, whatever.
Well, we're gay, so
that's.
and like
if you don't know, I'm gay because of my gait. Back in the old days, girl, I used to twitch and twist when I could actually walk. But there's a difference. Oh, I wish I could twitch and twist like I used to, bitch. I used to work the hips, girl.
I know.
Anyway, so
the thing is that I, like I said, those are the things that I worry about now.
Yeah.
And with when I read, like I said, when I read Liam Neeson's story,
right,
I now kind of understand you better, and I really, really would like this generation of people. I'm not the trolls. I'm not worried about the trolls.
No,
it's everybody who are like, oh well, I'm not going to go see his movies and blah blah. He was being honest, and that was an honest feeling at that time. He is not a racist.
No, not at all.
In any way, shape, or form, and I really, truly believe that. But he shared a moment of shame. Yeah. And it was a moment of shame that he had no problem with sharing. Yes. And if we can't share moments of shame so that we can learn stuff from it, how are we supposed to grow? How are we supposed to change? If we shame every person
is shamed
who made a mistake 20, 30 years ago, and we've seen them grow.
But here's something I've spoken about in the past. Nobody has shame anymore. No personal shame. Now, wait, let me tell you this. This man has had shame. He's had shame. But it's not obvious in our culture that anybody else has any fucking shame.
Well,
so I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, because no one is. Here's the thing: and I'm going to say this, and I think everybody should hear this. Everybody has had a racist moment. I don't care what color of skin you are. You have had a racist moment.
Oh, I've had several.
You have had a racist moment.
No, I've been. Listen, I went to a catfish fry in Greenville, Mississippi. My friend Ruthie, I loved Ruthie. Ruthie loved me. We loved each other. I got to that house. I was the only white person there, which was cool with me. I'm having fun. I'm dancing with Ruthie's grandmother. We're drinking Wild Irish Rose. I don't know what that is, but it was good. I was full as hell, and we're twitching and dancing and having a good time. And her brother tugged me by the arm.
Tell a story, girl. Tell a story.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a little emotional about it. Tugged me by the arm, took me in the other room, pushed me against the wall, and said, "You don't belong here. You don't belong here. You need to leave." It scared me so bad. He assaulted me. Told me that I didn't belong there. And so I left. We all have those moments.
We all have those moments. And trust me, I have been the only black person in a room full of white people. And I have had those moments myself. But in your case where you left, I'm like, you know what? No, I was invited. I'm staying, and I'm having a good time. So I don't know what's going on with you, but I'm having a good time.
Right. Well, it scared me when he pushed me like that and threatened me. You need to go. I was a little tiny thing back then. I was 19 years old and tiny. If y'all can believe it. Anyway, yeah, it scared me.
And I've been in scary situations where, as a gay black man, that I just refused. I don't. There was a part of me that just said no. No, I just refuse. I'm not gonna do that. And it might have gotten me, and it could have actually gotten me killed.
It could have gotten you in a lot of trouble.
There was an incident where I was in Pasadena, Texas, and I had been furniture shopping all day because I bought some furniture for my new apartment, and everything was going to be delivered. I was tired, blah blah blah, and I said I'm going to a bar, and I'm going to go have a beer. And I stepped into the bar, and the first bar I stepped into. Now, I'd never been to Pasadena, didn't know anything about it at the time. This was 1990-something. Walked in, sat at the bar, had to deal with a traditional Southern waitress with the big hair.
Oh, girl,
and
I love
the
those
Southern
girls.
talk and everything else. And she goes, "Do you know where you are?"
Oh.
I'm like, "Yes, I do. Can I get a beer?" I just want to let you know that you need to know where you are.
What?
I know where I'm at. I'm at a bar. Do you serve beer here? Yes, we do. Can I have a beer? And I sat there, and I saw all these people sitting at the bar just staring at me. And I'm like, why are all these people staring at me? I don't really care. I had a hard day.
Oh, my God.
I just want a beer. And I sat there, and I just drank a beer. And the woman came over and talked to me like several times. And I literally had to explain, look, I really just came in here to have a beer. You are a bar. You're a public place. I came in here to have a beer. I don't know why I have to keep explaining to you that. By the way, I will take a bourbon and Coke. Can you bring a bourbon and Coke over? Suddenly, one of the men who was sitting next to me starts having a conversation. And then all I hear is, why are black people like this? Why are black people like that? Blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, I guess we're going to do this. I'm now looking around going, okay. I'm now in a situation that I didn't think about when I walked. Sometimes I don't think about these things. I see a bar, I walk into it, that's that. That was the first time I actually thought about it. And then I thought, well, this could end in one of two ways. I could get really mad.
Or really killed.
and badly in the parking lot, or I could just look him in the face and go, well, there are 44 million black people that live in this country. There are 210 million white people that live in this country. I don't think you're all the same, so why would you think we're all the same? And he looked me dead in the face, laughed, bought me another drink, and we ended up having a conversation with everybody in the fucking bar.
See? And look at you.
And we had a good time. We laughed. By the way, here's the dumbass thing that I did too. Not only did they see that I was black, I'm gay. And
you were.
Yes, I was. Yes, that was me.
You just let them have it. You let them have it.
I was not ashamed of who I was.
Teach it, because if you're a racist. You hate everybody. We've had that discussion a million.
Exactly.
We've said it a million times. If you hate me because I'm black or white, you hate me because I'm gay for sure.
Exactly. So I didn't have no problem. By the way, I had my third cocktail. So by telling everybody I was gay, I already was putting myself in some super danger. I was putting myself in super danger.
Super duper.
And
because we got to
listen. You know what it was?
Listen.
Oh, I remember the conversation. You know what it was? I did not want the men at the bar to be fearful that I was going to try to take a white woman home. So I made sure that I told them I was gay. That's what it was. I did not want them to be fearful.
But that could have been a 2 for the price of 1 lynching, bitch.
That could have been a 2 for the price of 1.
Yes,
I could have been a story in the Houston Chronicle, and at the time the Houston Post, and all the major newspapers.
Okay, y'all, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back. And listen, we're excited to be here, and all the technical issues have been changed. We're blessed, and we're happy that y'all are listening, and you better be listening.
So we're going to take a little bit of break, and we'll be right back. So basically, here's the thing. We want you younger people to understand when we tell you these stories, this is a learning point for you of how this shouldn't happen to you either. When you get to our age, you should have fixed all this shit by that time.
Right, exactly.
We fixed as much as we possibly could. We did what we could, but we made it through.
Yes.
So when we tell you these stories, and sometimes these stories are horrific, sometimes they're super racist, sometimes they are the stories that we had to live through.
But you know, social change comes when people accept and realize who they are, who they were, and who they can be.
Yeah, exactly. So understand that. Be willing to forgive and forget. Because that will help you. Well, maybe not forget, but forgive.
No, forgive.
But be able to forgive and understand that that was the time that we grew up in, and we had to deal with that.
Maya Angelou, and I've said this before, and I love Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou did say, God rest her soul, when I knew better, I did better.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point.
So social media, Twitter, the rest of you, when someone tells an honest story about what they did in the past, when you call them on that, understand that when you call them on that, let them explain their story.
Right.
Let them apologize for it.
Right.
Learn something from it and move on.
And move the fuck on.
Move on.
And we're about to move on too.
Yeah, we need to move on because we had a good time. You know what? We had a good time talking about that because Randy and I have never gotten this personal and this.
Well, we said some stuff about sex, but yeah. So, well, I've said more than I ever thought I would on the show about sex, and I'm trying to augment that behavior. But it's hard, girl, and I don't mean it that way. I'm saying it's hard not to share when you're in a room where you're sharing. You know, so. I love to share, and I love share. So everyone who's listening, we do have a Valentine's Day episode coming up. Girl.
It is literally called The Queens of Perpetual Bitterness Discuss Valentine's Day. We're going to have, our other co-host will be here, Chris.
Our other co-host, that old alley cat Chris, is going to be here. I love that
motherfucker. We love that little alley cat Chris. As much as we possibly.
The reason I call him an alley cat is because he sits right here on the sofa behind me. Listen, I'm seated on a sofa, and he's seated on the back of the sofa like a cat. And he's small. He could fit.
Yeah, he's small. So
bitch, if I tried to sit on this couch, I'd fall off of it, and you probably have to call 911.
Well, I have to call somebody to fix my couch.
See how you do. You wrong for that. You know I'm not that goddamn big. Hell.
And by the way,
then I would lose balance and fall off, and I would hurt something.
Yeah, you gonna hurt something, girl.
You can't listen. I can't break a hip. No.
Ooh, no. Breaking it. Oh no, you can't break a hip now. No. No. You know, one time, I will tell this quick story. One time, I was here alone in the apartment. And I was cleaning the apartment, and I was dancing around. I had my techno music. You know, I love my techno music. Was dancing around the apartment, and I did a little thing where I think I was trying to twerk.
You were not trying to twerk,
and
bitch, you were not trying to twerk.
Threw the hip up a certain way, and I felt something pop, and I'm like, oh,
something should have popped. What the hell are you doing trying to twerk?
And I went into the bedroom, laid down, and said, "Oh my Lord, I just popped my hip. I just popped my hip. Oh my Lord!" I went to the doctor 2 days later, and And the doctor, I told the doctor what had happened, and he just laughed his ass off. He's like, "What were you thinking?" I'm like, "I was thinking was that I like to dance, and when I'm in my apartment, I got some good music going on, and I was cleaning my apartment, I like to dance. That's what I like to do, and I do not want to lose that.
No,
I do not want to lose that.
No, I love.
He said, "You know what, Joel? If you didn't break anything, there's nothing you can do about that. Just let it. It will." It will come back into place.
It will pop in. Really?
And
it will pop back into place.
It did. After a few weeks, it did.
But
and everything was fine.
You couldn't pop it back into place.
Girl, I didn't. Girl, I was fearful. I was fearful of that.
You didn't let him pop it back into place. There was a choice.
There was a choice. And
shit! No, I would have let him pop it back into place.
I will let it happen naturally. I'm not.
Of course, I have a high threshold for pain because. I always have, but I've gone through a lot of different shit with. I've ever had surgery, but I've had some fucked up shit. With that mandible cyst. Y'all don't need to know about that. I don't know why I'm going. Why am I going into my goddamn? Lord forgive me. My goddamn GOT medical history. Oh, I haven't said goddamn in a long time.
That was the first time that I realized that I was an older person. And that scared the fuck out of me.
And sweetheart,
that scared the fuck out of me because I had always been able to do that my entire adult life, where I'm just dancing around the apartment, doing my thing, shaking my hips, doing some twerking and
working and twerking, bitch. Working and twerking. Yeah. The worm. Bitch, you're not on the goddamn floor doing the worm.
Yes,
don't tell that lie.
Yes, ma'am.
You can't claim. What are you, dusting and doing the worm at the same time? You can't. No.
But no, girl, I've always been a fantastic dancer. I've always been the wedding that I went to in Brownsville. No, not Brownsville. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to get this wrong, and I'm sorry to involve the rest of you. The wedding that I went to in South Texas on the beach, and they had a band, and they were playing all this music, and I just let myself go, and everybody was suddenly I was the center of attention. Because of my dance moves, and at the time I was.
Was it because of your dance moves?
Yes, it was because.
Are you sure?
Oh,
there were
lots of
moves that were cute or moves that were stupid.
Oh no, moves that were cute and possibly stupid. But I was having a good time. I didn't care. I let myself go. People were surrounding me.
Oh, honey.
The band was like, "Oh, look at this guy." I was having a good time. I'm just moving my body in all kinds of ways that I was hurting for 3 days after that. But
I know you were.
I was having a good time. I did my thing, and that was that. And I never wanted to let that go. So, like I said, when I threw out my hip a little bit, I was worried because I'm like,
which you deserve, by the way, you old ass twerking.
I know. Try to twerk. Girl, I watched a video on YouTube on how to learn how to twerk.
And then you tried it. Look at you. See?
And then I tried it.
Ain't no fool like an old fool, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. But I didn't consider myself an old fool at the time, and that's when I really... And I was depressed for weeks. I'm going to be honest. I was depressed.
You are not Amber Rose.
But I was depressed because I thought, my youth is gone. I can't do the things that I used to do.
You know what? I wouldn't say that. No, we're not done. We are not done. And like the title of the show says, bitch, call me Mary, because we're going to make it after all.
Yeah, exactly, because we're going to make it after all.
We are. And I ain't scared of nothing. And I'm ready to change everything as far as career goes, which I ain't never had one anyway. But I'm ready for this show to skyrocket, and we're having a good time. And late in life, not late, Lord, late in life is the 80s.
And I want to, and like I said,
I'm not in my goddamn 80s.
If you are of our age and you're listening to the show, please understand something. We know what you've been through. We understand that, and you have to remember that we.
What have these motherfuckers been through? Wait a minute, what?
Come on, We have been party boys.
Oh, hell
We
yeah.
were the objects of attention.
And I still am.
We were all that stuff. And now lately, since I turned 50, grew the beard. Girl, the beard is working.
See, I'm jealous of this motherfucker with his fucking beard.
The beard is working.
I can't grow facial hair like that because I've got too much. I'm Scotch Irish and Cherokee.
But
girl, listen, I love you Cherokees, but you bitches fucked my beard up.
But if you go to our Instagram page, Joel and Randy Show 1 on Instagram, if you go to that, you will see Randy at his most fantastic. This girl has his face beat to the gods. His hair is
that's a natural look.
Current.
That's a natural.
I'm not going to say point. And by the way,
it's on current.
It's on current. And I realize that I'm not.
She don't know how to talk.
It was on point. You were just doing your thing.
And the light was right.
The light was right. You never looked your sexiest. You looked, bitch. You were working the sex, girl. You were working the sex.
Well, that's how we do over here in Randy Land.
You were working the sex. And you got so many likes on that, it was ridiculous.
Did I really get likes? Fuck you. Did I really get likes?
You got so many likes.
I was worried about trolls. Did I fucking get likes?
Here's what Randy was worried about. Randy was worried about fat shaming.
I was worried about fat shaming.
He was worried about in fact, and I don't understand where that came from. He was worried about fat shaming.
Bitch, I'm fat. What do you mean you don't know where it came from?
This bitch was just throwing it back. Bam, 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 bam. Every time I took a picture, bam, Joel, take a picture of me. Bam, Joel, take a picture of me. Bam. This bitch was on point, and those pictures show it, and I had never seen this bitch so at home with herself in a long time.
Well, honey,
you were at home with yourself, and this was the first time, and I've known him for quite some time.
Oh.
And I know that
over 20 years. Over 20 years now.
Randy has discussed all
we
his
met
issues.
in 1996.
Yes, Randy has discussed all his issues on the show. This was the first time that I'd seen him just let loose and let go and realize, hey, this is me. Bitch, I look good. I got everything working. The hair is working. The face is beat to the gods. I'm feeling good about myself. Joel, snap a picture. Joel, snap a picture. Joel, snap a picture. Joel, snap a picture. This bitch was on point. If you think you only saw like 6 pictures, I took 20 because this bitch
Did you really take 20?
Yes, bitch. 20.
Well,
this
we'll have to wait.
Point.
You know what? Let's just release them this evening on Instagram Cracker and let the trolls have it, Eddie.
This bitch is always worried about trolls. And
no, I ain't scared. No, I want you to.
Let me tell you.
I want you to call that Instagram post.
Let me tell you what
you trolls can have it.
Let me tell you what Instagram said. I have on our page these super hot guys who like to post themselves nude and everything else. I got likes from Wild Thunder from Vancouver. Was like, oh shit, this bitch is working it. I got
it was
mature men, just bitch working it. Bitch working it.
Fuck
bitch
you.
Working it.
Are you serious?
Yes, bitch.
Wait a minute. Who are these motherfuckers and why am I not dating them?
Because you were on point. It was the first time, and I've been trying to pull you out of the shame thing because you need to be. You're a total bitch. You got this shit working.
All right,
you got that shit working.
That's enough.
By the way, audience, when we did the photo shoot, this bitch put on the jacket with a super gay tank top and a pair of jeans, and she made. The photographer was like, "Bitch, you got this going on," and she is a lesbian from Russia. Was she from
Russia?
Yes.
Is that where that accent was from?
Yes.
Because it was almost American. She must have lived here for a long time. Shout out to Russia. Y'all need to stop fucking with gay people. Seriously.
From Russia, and she was on. Randy's on point. Randy's doing this. Randy, that smile. This bitch, you were doing your thing.
Stop flattering me.
And this is what.
No, keep saying that.
And this is what. Let me tell you something, young gays. And this needs to be said to you, young gays in your 20s. Because, bitch, we are pissed off. Just because you're young and 20 doesn't mean you're all the shit. You are not all the shit.
Why are we pissed off?
It's when you get to your 30s and 40s, and even your 50s, when you stay the shit, that's when your shit is the goods.
But we don't hate you.
We don't hate you.
We just want you not to be so mean to older gay men.
And older gay men, please stop with all the gross stuff with these kids. That's why they say.
So listen, we've talked about that in the past. Y'all are stupid. I don't mean no harm, but y'all listen. Y'all have to know who you are, and we've had that on a prior show about how gay men are being used by these younger men. But they know it. They know it.
Randy, here's something we haven't done in a long time. We're at the end of the show.
We are.
We are at the end of the show. We have had a lot of stuff going on. We have a new crew.
Yes.
I think that we should...
Blessed by the new crew.
We have been blessed.
But guess what? The old girls work it out.
Yeah, exactly.
And we don't need them, but we want them.
We have a new crew. We have people who are ready to take this show off.
Bitch, we have
a little crew.
We have a little army.
We have an army, girl. We have an army. This show's about to blast.
I hope we blast off, but guess what? We're about to blast off right now.
And for all you celebrities who decided that you wanted to do a little show just because it makes you feel good for a moment,
fuck you.
Don't
you have enough shit going on that you want to get in the podcast world? Listen, I'm serious about this bullshit.
Go ahead, girl.
Y'all have enough celebrity. You've got enough everything. You're so relevant. Why do you need to be more relevant? I think that maybe y'all need to listen to this, you celebrities, and take your ass off a podcast. Seriously, I think it should become popular for you to say no to podcasts because you have a broadcast voice already. A broadcast voice. You don't need a podcast.
But
you're on the air everywhere.
So I'm going to say this on the other side. If you decided to join the podcasting world, we're ready to compete, bitches. We will take you down. Every celebrity who's decided that they're going to have a podcast for a moment, understand this. This podcast will take you down.
Yes.
We will overwhelm.
We are going to try. We're going to do what
we're not going to try.
We are forced to be reckoned with.
We are forced to be reckoned with. So get ready, bitches, because we're coming for you.
And I'm talking to you.
We're coming for you.
Dr. Phil.
And Holly Berry.
How dare you? Holly Berry has a fucking podcast?
And Ron Burgundy and all this other...
And Ron Burgundy is a character.
Ron Burgundy now has a podcast.
Ron Burgundy can kiss my black ass.
We're coming for you.
Shame on you.
So all you people who like to listen to those popular podcasts...
And you know what? Him being a character instead of a real person on a podcast is making fun of the whole podcast.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Randy said it best.
Space. He's just making fun of the whole space.
Randy said it best.
So guess what? Fuck you, Will Farrell. And I mean that from my fucking heart right now. How dare you?
There we go. So we're done with the show, girl.
Girl, I couldn't help but laugh. I couldn't help but laugh because I can't believe fucking Will Ferrell has
Ron Burgundy
balls.
Yes.
The balls, which I used to want to suck, but I don't anymore. Not after this. Not after this, motherfucker. You have the balls to have a parody of podcast? Seriously. You, motherfucker, should fuck off.
So, can we say goodbye now?
We are saying goodbye. After that, I got you, Will Farrell, you motherfucker.
So, I'm gonna give some shouts out here.
But I would still suck your dick. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Well, I would.
I would. But yeah, let's get some shouts out. I want to thank.
You know what? No, wait. Before we do that, I have to say this.
Say it.
Will Farrell, I'm not apologizing for anything that I said, but if I do suck your dick, I might bite the tip several times.
Ooh, Lord. I hope he's not uncircumcised.
No,
If he's uncircumcised, you're gonna be biting a lot of. Ooh.
No, bitch, I know how to pull it down.
Oh.
Have you never been with uncircumcised? Anyway, fuck you, Will Farrell.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very upset with you.
So we wanna thank we wanna thank everybody. We're from Houston, Texas. We are
Blessed.
We are blessed in you.
And you?
We are Joel and Randy's Texas Tea. We want to thank our crew, Christopher Purvis, who couldn't make it for the show tonight, but that's fine.
He missed out.
He missed out, and we had a good time.
We had a great time. But we always have a great time.
We want to thank our technical director, Christopher Owens, who's
Christopher
probably
Owens.
going to edit the hell out of this show.
Oh, I know that all that.
I hope he doesn't edit the hell out of
No,
it.
I don't want any editing.
Lord, no.
At
No
all. At all.
And Charles Pinky Stevens.
Charles Pinky Stevens, get you
Who
some, girl.
Get you some. Wears a fabulous pair of heels, girl. Wears a fabulous pair of heels.
You know what? Next week we're gonna do some shoe cam on Instagram.
Ooh, yes, can we do some shoe cam?
Yes, from his thing.
This thing needs to do some shoe cam.
And we'll do shoe cam for us, because I'm just gonna be in socks. So, I'm casual as shit. So,
alright, so we're gonna say goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye. I got you, Will Farrell, motherfucker.